support that.
Okay,
Nothing.
well, maybe we made it up, but whatever.
Yeah, urban legend. I don't know. But
can it be an urban legend if it's two people? Cul-de-sac legend.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, so according to the New York Times article that it brought up for this question, in Avatar 2, which is largely finished but not scheduled for release until December 2022.
Okay.
She shot many of her scenes underwater. Never mind that she was closing in on 70. She was 71 at the time this article was written.
Right, okay.
Or that the preparation included dives in Key West, Florida, and in Hawaii, where she reclined on the ocean floor while manta rays glided over her.
Dude, that is just such a badass image of just like, oh my god, is that Ripley? Like that, the stingray's like, oh my god, it's Ellen Ripley! I need a closer look. Glide.
Yeah. Never mind that. Or that she needed to train with an expert who had coached elite military divers so that she could hold her breath after a big gulp of supplemental oxygen for more than 6 minutes.
Oh my god, this woman is a badass.
Right? That made the part more attractive to her. And then she said, "My hope is that what I receive from the universe is even more outrageous than anything I can think of. I don't really say to myself, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. Let me at it and we'll see."
Oh my god, I love her.
Love her! I also learned in that article that in Gorillas in the Mist, she filmed that with like actual real life gorillas.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, so the quote there is, "The experience made her a passionate conservationist and environmentalist."
God, I would have to.
"And she beams at the memory. It was the closest thing to absolute joy that I've ever felt on the planet, just to be with them. They're so grounded compared to us. They have such smart priorities. Eating, sleeping, copulating." She's hilarious. I love this.
It's like they don't got the anxiety shit. They don't have any body issues.
She's got a fucking point.
She does. It's like, I'm going to eat, I'm going to sleep, and then I'll find somebody to copulate with.
Yep. So per IMDb, she took that experience into the filming of Alien Resurrection.
Oh, okay.
So
she was a gorilla where she didn't give a shit about anything and everybody else is panicking?
No.
And she's like, I'm going to pull out this tongue and then I'm going to eat something.
No. Not like
fine.
that. But there was... They keep referring to it as the newborn. I assume you know what that is. That weird-ass creature at the end.
No, I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
I did not like that at all.
But anyway, so in her scenes with the newborn, Sigourney Weaver makes a point of not looking in its eyes.
Okay.
And that was a lesson she learned from Gorillas in the Mist. Right. Not making initial eye contact with a potentially dangerous animal.
Yeah, that's predatory behavior 101.
Right? Yeah. So that was cool.
That is cool.
And just for the hell of it, because it was in the New York Times article, here's Sigourney Weaver looking gorgeous as hell at 70 years old.
I love her. Yeah. And she's like lying in a field just enjoying her life.
Yeah, those black-eyed Susans, I think. It's very fall.
Very, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently her instructors at Yale told her that she had zero talent and that she should not act.
I bet they're kicking their own asses.
Maybe comedy, but definitely not drama. So they can fuck right off.
They can fuck right off.
Yeah. So that's everything that I pulled from the article that came up with question 4.
Okay.
Question 5.
Oh, God.
Was Sigourney Weaver ever married?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so short and sweet, yes. His name is Jim Simpson. They were married October 1st, 1984. They're still married and have one daughter, Charlotte Simpson.
Okay.
Moving on. Question number 6. Again, I'm committed to the format.
Okay.
How old is Meryl Streep now? I don't know why this is related to Sigourney Weaver. I don't know why this is question number 6, with people also ask. But the answer is 72.
Okay, good for her.
So all I've got is that they're the same age.
Yeah.
They're both 72. Okay. I don't know why.
Okay.
I got nothing.
We do love you, Meryl, but this isn't about you.
Right? Question number 7. How did Sigourney Weaver meet her husband? The Williamstown Theater Festival in 1983.
Aw.
Moving on.
Maybe it would be some badass thing like she was lying at the bottom of the Florida Keys with stingrays floating above her. And then
it was love at first sight,
it was
right?
love at first sight when he realized that the stingrays were gazing at her.
Oh. Question number 8. Why does Sigourney Weaver look so good? Which, she's gorgeous.
Genetics.
Really, she is. And I'm happy to acknowledge that. But we're not going to dwell on it because there are so many more interesting things about her.
Yes, she happens to be lovely physically as well as in her life.
Correct. But committed to a format. So, according to the article that comes up with that question, it was on Daily Mail.
Mm-hmm. So take that with a grain of salt.
She credits a vegan diet, or at least vegetarian when vegan isn't possible, staying active, and continuing to work.
Okay.
So, question number 9. Does Sigourney Weaver speak French?
What the hell? Was she in a movie that she spoke French or something?
She was in a show, turns out.
Okay.
Apparently, yes. She is fluent in French.
Okay.
And the question is probably on the list because she was in Call My Agent, which is a French comedy.
Okay.
In which she appeared as a caricature version of herself. So think like Stage with David Tennant. Yeah. So
I'm
them, but not them, but them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So she did that in this show. So, and that was from the BBC.
Okay.
So, to wrap it up, we have fun, random trivia that didn't fit in any of those questions, but she's amazing, and we're just not done yet.
We're just not done.
So I found a website called Through the Clutter.
Okay.
Which...
That's a fantastic name.
It is, yes. It ranked her movies from best to worst.
Okay.
So according to them, her best movie was Alien, the original.
It really was.
And Happily Never After was the worst, which I'd never even heard of, so I don't feel inclined to dispute that.
I don't know what that is.
This is also where I mentioned, or planned to mention, that she was the personality of the Planet Express ship in Futurama. The episode is Love and Rocket, which is season 4, episode 57.
Yes, it's a fantastic episode.
I also found a website, and I really enjoyed this website. It was themanyfacesof.com.
Okay.
And then Sigourney Weaver.
Oh.
So they had some trivia.
Okay.
So did you know?
I didn't, I promise.
Yeah. That an early draft of the Alien script had a male Ripley.
I did actually know that.
Making this one of at least 3 films where Sigourney Weaver played a character originally written for a man.
One of 3?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Okay.
And it took some digging to find the 3, by the way, because lots of people say one of 3, and they never say the 3.
The other 2.
It's only Alien. That's all they care about. So the other roles, after much digging, that were originally written for a man are Lenny in The TV Set, which I've never heard of.
I've never heard of.
And Rex Brooks in Vantage Point, which I've also never heard of.
Yeah.
But those are the 3.
Okay.
Also, Sigourney Weaver's role as Ellen Ripley in Alien inspired the Metroid video game heroine Samus Aran.
Oh, Samus, they based it off of her. Okay, cool.
That's cool. Also, according to them, and I do some digging on this. This is a little in the weeds, but according to The Many Faces of, Sigourney Weaver made the behind-the-back basketball shot in Alien Resurrection successfully on the first take.
Yes.
From 6 feet beyond the 3-point line.
And Ron Perlman almost ruined it.
He did almost ruin it. So here's the thing. Okay. IMDb on the Sigourney Weaver trivia page supports this. It says, in Alien Resurrection, Sigourney actually managed to sink the basketball into the hoop backwards on the first take, even though she was not supposed to or intended to, which I'm confused by that. And the shot was almost ruined because Ron Perlman broke character because he was so amazed. I found 2 videos where Ron Perlman confirms this story.
Okay.
And I'll link both of those. Well, I will definitely link one to the website. The other one, it gets a little funny about where I try to pull videos from, so we might just put it on Facebook.
Alone, yeah.
But I don't know where IMDb gets the trivia that it shows. Because on the movie trivia page, it actually contradicts this. So if you go to the Alien Resurrection trivia section on IMDb, it says Sigourney Weaver made the behind-the-back half-court shot successfully after 3 weeks of basketball practice, tutored by a basketball coach. Her conversion rate during this time was 1 of over 6 shots, but the distance was much lower than it would have been in the actual scene. When the day came to shoot the scene, director Jean-Pierre Jeunet?
Jeunet?
It's French. I don't speak French. I'm not Sigourney.
She does. So
I'm not as cool as she is. But
dude, my mom speaks French too. What the hell?
I'm telling you.
Parallel.
There's a parallel. Anyway, the director, French name, wanted to have the ball dropped in from above rather than wait for Weaver to sink the shot herself, which would probably take about 200 takes. Weaver insisted she could get the shot in herself and was actually allowed to, though it is commonly said that she sank the basket on her first attempt. It actually took her endless takes to complete the stunt. Director gave her one last try to sink the basket before they would give up and use CGI or a second ball. The very next take, Sigourney Weaver successfully managed the trick. Ron Perlman broke character and began smiling when he saw it, and people on the set started cheering. The editors looked at the shot and decided there was enough room to get the scissors in. Weaver was excited about making the shot, but director, something good happened in the game. So Weaver was excited about making the shot, but director was concerned audiences would believe the shot was faked due to the ball leaving the frame. Upon Weaver's insistence, he kept the shot as it was, and Weaver described the miracle shot as one of the best moments in her life after her wedding day and the birth of her daughter.
Oh, yes.
That is some pride right there. Anyway, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
The point is, it depends on who you ask, I guess, and I don't know.
I tend to believe that she got it on the first shot, and the director is just being shitty and doesn't want to admit that she's, like, superhuman.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so IMDb conflicts itself. I don't know where it gets it. So full disclosure,
it could
maybe, maybe not.
We choose to believe it's right.
Yes. Also, according to IMDb trivia, she's afraid to travel in elevators, which I think is a better answer to the mundane thing that fills with dread.
But why would that not be the thing?
But that was not what came up. I think that's a better answer.
I think that is a better answer.
She's fluent in German, as
also,
well as French.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Her salary for Alien Resurrection was more than the entire cost of the Alien movie.
Well, yeah, it was like, what, 30 years later? Of course, pay her.
Right, but the entire budget of Alien was less than what they just paid her in Resurrection.
Good. Badass bitch. Get it.
But the answer, it was $11 million is what they paid her for that. But that's not adjusted for inflation.
No, it's
not.
So
just $11 million was
more
more
than I think, hey, that's badass.
I have never seen this, and I'm going to have to now.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she suffered nightmares for 2 weeks after reading the screenplay for The Village, which is a 2004. Was it a movie, I think?
Okay. But that's a terrible movie.
Well, maybe the screenplay was better because she's a badass bitch who's face down xenomorphs and it gave her nightmares for 2 weeks.
If they're talking about the M. Night Shyamalan movie, that's a terrible movie.
Was that M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah.
Maybe I have seen that then.
Yeah. We can talk about it after.
All right. We're almost done. She still remains in contact with her former Aliens co-star Carrie Henn.
Aww.
Newt. She has appeared in 3 films that have been selected for the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
Oh.
So it's Annie Hall in 1977.
Okay.
Alien in 1979. And Ghostbusters in 1984.
Perfection.
And that is the last thing I've got, but I am going to post my favorite clip of her of all time on the website as well, which is obviously Get Away From Her, You
Get away
Bitch.
from her, you bitch!
So I'll put that on the website.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I love her so much. Yes, so I fangirled the fuck out of this episode.
Yay!
So light, airy, nothing scary.
Well, except for apparently that script for The Village, but we don't know what that was.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. 'Cause I was concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, so there you go. 8 pages of chaos.
Woohoo!
Which is just me fangirling over Sigourney.
And it was beautiful. And that's exactly what this podcast is about.
Alright, so if you enjoyed the podcast, please leave us a review, especially on Apple Podcasts, because that is super helpful in getting us in front of new listeners. You can find us on Facebook at Our Trivial Obsessions. Go ahead and like that page. More badness in the game. Go ahead and like that page, like our posts, share our posts, help us get seen. You can find us on Instagram at Our Trivial Obsessions. We're on YouTube, Our Trivial Obsessions. We're on Twitter at Our Trivial Pod. We have a website, www.ourtrivialobsessions.com. That's where you can find our extras, pictures, videos,
Links.
Yep, references, all of that. And you can email us at randomqueensobsess@gmail.com. Random.
Because we are.
Queens.
Because we are.
Obsess. Because we do. So email us there with any topic requests you have for a future episode or anything. The game is... I have to go figure out what's happening in this game.
We need to figure out what's happening with the game, so we're closing the episode. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye!